and Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? What the frick? What was the ghost thing? What? What was that? What was that? A freaking ghost face! What the frick, lady? Okay, let's go back into this. June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Nick,
Yeah?
did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me?
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. Yeah? Why?
I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time all by herself, and she's so grown up.
Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation.
And then you look at me, and, well, I'm the daughter of the master. And I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in the murder trial.
I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. She's not that strong.
Good morning! The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya.
Huh?
Oh, what do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly.
Hey, Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
Do you think you could do me a favor? Could you channel Mia today too?
Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch.
Please, it's very important to me. Don't feel confident enough without her help.
Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. But Pearly, not this again.
Please, can you do this for us, Pearls?
Alright. I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later, then. I'll leave you to your alone time.
Phew, thank goodness.
Nick?
This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Well, Morgan is in cahoots with Edie, and she planned this murder to try to get you in jail so that she can take over the family. She only had to wait 4 years, and then you would be dead at that time because for some reason, murder is a death sentence. At least she's self-aware. Murder is a freaking death sentence in this country, and whenever someone is convicted of murder, they get killed themselves. It's an eye for an eye situation going on here for some reason. So any murderer, even self-defense, ends up dying. Or maybe the self-defense people go to jail. I don't know. But if that would mean that Maya was going to be killed, and then Morgan would just have to wait 4 more years, and then Misty Faye wouldn't be the master anymore. She could take over the house and get Pearl to be the next head of the family after her. She wanted to be in control again. June 22nd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Yeah, you do get a lighter sentence, but you're still a murderer, which is a problem. 'Cause news like that goes around, especially if someone's looking into your history or background for a job application and they see that you murdered someone, even in self-defense, it probably would definitely ruin your reputation. Diva Squeeze didn't get the death sentence? Oh, right, because they considered that as self-defense, didn't they? And also, she had ties with the Yakuza, so I would imagine that they, busted her out before she got killed. Didn't see was squeezed, though. Are we sure that she didn't get the death sentence? June 22nd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Pearl's Mia again. Court is now in session for the trial of Mia Fey. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. It's implied that he fought them, really? The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Yeah, he probably can. What he lacks in brains, he makes up for in his brawn, probably. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you in such good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true that what they say, women really are scary when they fight. Oh, wait, they are? Now then, a very interesting theory has presented itself yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, is not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. All right, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. How's Mia doing? Oh, I hope she's traumatized. Witness. Name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey. I'm a spirit medium in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry. What do you mean, in a manner of speaking? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is... Yes, that is... You... Be quiet! Now, witness. I want to give her a royal accent. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya. She escaped from the room. What? Wait, why aren't you whipping Morgan? You whipped Lana in Gumshoe, but you're not whipping Morgan. And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order! 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 Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Witness test. After we heard the gunshots, Those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Miss Maya's hand. She was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. That's been proven to not really work. I have seen it. It only works when a penguin does it. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That is right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Why did I give you both similar voices?
Hold it!
Just now, you said those two. Who were the two people you were referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lada's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I have already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Miss Faye? I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us shouldn't have stayed behind. Yes. That was a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another. Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. Question further. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? Yeah, exactly. Even though there's an autoplay, I still got a voice act and read it. You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good, sir, and that camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Faye. It's bad. How people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue. The pistol was hanging from Miss Maya's hand. She was in a daze. During our investigation, you say that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by the statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this. However, the witness was not lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? Question further. So, you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Oh! This witness didn't, and couldn't have seen what happened.
If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there's always later.
Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach?
Now, witness, continue with what happened. Then quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room.
Was it really that easy for her to escape from you?
I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however. Yes.
But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily.
Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time the defendant was not physically Maya Fey.
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called.
But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away?
Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit the base of my neck. I fainted for a short while.
You fainted?
I became dizzy, then collapsed onto the floor.
How long were you unconscious?
I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps.
The defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time.
Happy, Whitney. Happy. Witness, elaborate at that point for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that.
Hold it!
Is that because you were unconscious?
Why, yes.
Great, well, now what? Question further. So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went.
I would think that's obvious, good sir.
If that's true, then how can you know for sure the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself.
It is true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness.
Are you gonna call Eni? What do you mean by that?
It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness.
That's enough! From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt.
Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Yes.
Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person.
She went to speak with someone? Who was it?
Prosecution calls Miss Eeny Meeny, who was sleeping in the side room at the time.
Eeny Meeny.
I think you can see where this is headed. Witness. Name and occupation.
Okay. So, my name is, Eeny Meeny. I'm, researching, paraphysiology stuff at the, university.
What is this paraphysiology?
Let's see. It's I guess, most people call it occult stuff.
Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means.
Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself.
Yes, sir!
Now then, Miss Meany. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? I guess, if that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine, for my sake. Witness testimony.
When the channeling started, I was, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible.
Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey?
Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time.
Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister?
Yes, Mimi Minnie. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Oh, well, this is...
Witness.
Like, yeah?
In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it.
Like, do I totally, like, really have to?
Of course.
Miss Meanie, please.
My sister, like, this is what she said to me.
That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Innie.
She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said?
Yes.
There, are you satisfied, Your Honor?
I still can't believe it. I can't believe that spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end.
What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like the loose ends are accounted for.
This testimony just now, is it all made up? Is it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix.
Mia! How do you read my mind like Dr. Monkey?
What do you mean? It's well constructed. But that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind the tapestry of lies.
Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder.
Yet again, the foolish fool spouts more foolishly foolish drivel. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. After the murder, cross-examination.
Hold it!
Was that because of your, sesame allergy, was it?
Like, that's right. I, like, think there were some sesame seeds, like, in the lunch they served that day. I had this, like, premonition that was going to totally be a seedy day.
Yes, indeed.
I see.
Am I the only one who missed the boat here?
Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping?
Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly.
Hold it!
Do you know the time?
Like, maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think.
11 a.m.?
Yeah, like my stomach is totally ready for like food.
No. I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time was it when the someone came into your room.
Oh, so like that's what you meant. Like you should have been more like clear about it.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay. Like it's really
That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence?
Did I? So like what was I talking about again?
Never mind.
Witness. About this person who entered the side room. I was like, oh my god, totally my sister.
Are you absolutely sure?
I guess.
You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered?
Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith.
First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. I have 2 sisters and a brother. I can't call him a baby brother anymore. He's a teenager now, and it feels weird. I heard him talk like literally a few minutes ago, and it's so weird. This last time I heard him talk, he was like still a little kid. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests.
Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness. How did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi Minnie?
I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way.
You were happy in a sad way?
Yeah, like I mean, it was my sister.
But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again?
But like maybe I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult. And I like know all about the Q range handling technique.
Point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister.
Yeah, like she said. Like what she said.
Should I drop this line of questioning? Question further. So you really didn't think anything strange with the whole encounter?
No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange.
But... Ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase objection. Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important? It's very important. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. All right, Mr. Wright. Miss Meanie, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay. I'm, like, totally cool with that. I wasn't, like, scared at all. And, like, her costume looked totally, like, normal.
So, there was nothing odd at all about your sister's appearance?
Like, yeah. Nothing was, like, weird.
Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. That's impossible.
Huh? Like, is everything okay? Can I, like, go on? My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible.
I know what I have to do, but I still want to know what she's gonna say. Something terrible? What was this thing she told you?
Huh? Like, didn't I just, like, tell you about it? Did she, like, forget already?
A foolish fool with a foolish savage.
savvy for a brain, only speaks foolishly with foolish words. We just like using fool. Well, excuse me, princess. No, she's a prince. She dresses like a prince, so she's a prince. Anyway, should I ask to hear the story again? Ask to hear it again. I'm sorry, but could I hear the story one more time?
Like, sure, no problem. I'll even, like, tell it all spooky, like, for you. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it, Amy?
I feel like you're Mimi.
Like, how was that?
It was a little scary.
Like, I'm sorry. Maybe I, like, put too much spookiness into it.
I know there has to be something here I can use, but where? She really put a lot of thought into this lie, didn't she? We can't rush this. Let's take it slowly, one step at a time. She's bound to slip up somewhere. Don't give up. But don't get careless, okay? Remember, calm and collected. Oh, you should tell that to me when I'm... Here we are. Maya's costume. That was a very well spun lie, Miss Innie.
Huh?
What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Minnie, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance.
Like, yeah. And?
But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is the picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Miss Minnie, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order. Order! Miss Minnie, what is the meaning of this? Miss Minnie.
I'm thinking! Don't interrupt me!
That... And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? Don't hit me again, please! That witness. Her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness.
Like, I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap.
Now hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. We'll have help he's going to be. After the murder, part 2.
The side room was, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume is, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber.
Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think? Thanks, Gramps.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? All right, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. Surprised the lady's not... Prince Lady isn't whipping ya.
The side room was, kind of dark, you know.
Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court. Like, that's right. Excuse me, but how's my statement any more subjective than Miss Minnie's? You are such a hopeless cause. Witness, you may feel free to ignore that trite little man. Like, okay. Can't breathe. Let me out of here. So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? You didn't see the blood? Like, yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at that time as well. That's, Are you going to tell me next you didn't notice the gun either? I, like, totally didn't. All I was looking at was, like, her face. Continue. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't right to do something like that. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Minnie, like at the time? Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think, like, she knew. She, like, said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I like to feel a lot better too. Mr. Phoenix Wright, the sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Minnie? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When? When you... Side room. When you were going to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Press harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? It's very important because the Pearl was sitting there fixing a broken vase that was a family heirloom. Of course there was something important along with the key that was supposedly dropped. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. I know where I'm going with this. You gotta trust me. Your inner voice, apparently. Very well. Miss Minnie, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the channeling chamber. Try to remember that time. Like, I remember. Like, I totally didn't see anyone on the way. I guess this really is a dead end. Something you finally pull out of the witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. It's no good. I can't find anything wrong. I can! Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in your statement, he'll end the trial. No. We have to give it another shot. Doesn't matter how many times we listen. We can't give up. Yeah.
Objection!
Here we go. I finally found the fault. Or guess, in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. Like, urn? There are cracks. Do you see them? So, like, what does that prove?
Objection!
Who cares about some worn-out old urn?
Like, yeah. I already, said I didn't see, anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. I didn't, totally say anything about, an urn, did I?
It looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had really been walking along the winding way at that time, there's no way you could have not seen this person. Pearl,
Take that!
I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes. How is this child relevant? Why is there even a children here? Why are you mentioning children? This is no time for play. It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. Oh. And she just happened to break this urn. Oh. Oh! Wait. She broke the urn. Yep. She accidentally knocked it over with her ball. Nah. And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What the frick? What was the ghost thing? What? What was that? What was that? The freaking ghost face! What the frick, lady? What? It scared me. Miss Minnie. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind, especially since you would have to kick her over in order to walk through. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Minnie. You are a masterful liar. The ghost again! Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. One who needs to watch what she says is the witness. So, Miss Minnie, tell us the truth.
About what?
About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that.
That's right. I was, sleeping in the side room.
I really believe her. She's really sleeping in the side room? There's no way! Your lies end here.
Well, what do you...
The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. Contradiction? Where is this contradiction? It's in her testimony just now. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Minnie, you made the following statement.
And, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know?
It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police.
So, what does that, have to do with anything?
It's very simple. Miss Minnie, how did you know that fact?
How?
I concede that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Minnie, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way.
I keep turning myself into a ghost.
But look at... What the frick? Who did that? Oh, thank you, Hiya Putt. I scared the heck out of me. It's fine. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I'm scared every time that happens. But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Minnie, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Huh? Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? She was inside the clothes basket. Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Meenie. So now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? She was in the channeling chamber inside of a basket hiding behind the freaking screen. I know where she was. Right here during the Explorer freaking map thing. Miss Minnie was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Minnie was at the scene of crime. Order. Order! Order! That's what the— Stop whipping the judge, dang you! Babe, take her whip! Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that. Only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Meenie was hiding at the scene of the crime.
I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding?
Stop with the freaking Dora the Explorer. You freaking. Wait, there's worse than whipping me? Other prosecutors do worse than whipping me? Here, of course. But behind the folding screen. Ha! Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hiding out behind that folding screen.
See? You stupid jerk.
You're breaking your hat.
Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball.
No, Miss Minnie. One as young as you shouldn't be saying.
Shut it, Gramps. As if you know exactly how old I am.
I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help him along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen. With the help of this. This is pretty vicious, really? Clothing box. Miss Minnie. Wait, which comes first? Quick detour from this. Which comes first? Is it the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles? I feel like that's a prelogue, though. Or is it the Apollo Trilogy? Does the Apollo Trilogy come before the Chronicles? Is that the second one? I was able to get the Chronicles, but the Apollo wasn't on sale, and it's like $50, man. I had to wait until it either goes on sale or I get paid again. Miss Minnie. How are you able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. that tiny little box. No person can fit in there. Fit in that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to either keep my eye out for a sale or way back. Oh, Phoenix is— Oh, so it does like an Assassin's Creed kind of thing. Okay. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Law disproved you when she was hiding from me in it.
Objection!
But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. The clothing box was there in the side room the whole time! Mr. Wright. Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Yes, I can, with some evidence. And now, I present the piece of evidence that will prove the clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
Take that!
Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid!
If there's any sort of evidence in that old thing.
What on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Haven't we heard that before? A folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. I hope that has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Minnie, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Order! Order! So what you were saying... And Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meenie? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Meenie, you were hiding inside the clothing box all along. And you wore Medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all by herself. Correct, it's not possible. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. How? Stop whipping me! Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Well, wait! Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious. Miss Minnie, you had an accomplice. Your accomplice was Miss Morgan! Also, look at her eyes. I know they're sisters, but come on. You have to be Mimi, right? Minnie was the one that died, but you accidentally grabbed her purse, and then they restored you to her image instead of your own. Anyway, it was Morgan. This person... It wasn't someone from Kurain Village. You couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fae household, you wouldn't have the box to use. Morgan Fae? Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Minnie? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that was when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Bang. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... Bang. With that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear, which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Like Miss Minnie, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. Click. And pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through, which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please, leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Who's that? Laughing at a time like this? Heck! Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? What is it this time? Miss Von Karma, surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose you to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Eh? Well, that's, Yeah, that's right! What exactly was I gonna say? Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Meenie want to kill Dr. Gray? Where's her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say, too. Yeah, motive! I don't have a motive! Motive? I can't say she has no motive here. To think of a motive now. What's her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason she wanted Dr. Gray dead is this.
Take that!
Huh? Just as I thought! You bored me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright! Just great. Now even she is calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid! No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps! I'm, going to explain. So, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, wanted revenge, then, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, Dr. Gray. It was, a total coincidence. He asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see, pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. I was trying to. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And Miss Minnie has stated it's very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated. She has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there's no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any true decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. Tisk, tisk. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. Yeah. Well, what happened? I thought I had her for sure. I did too. See, it's just as I, told you. Huh? I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well. I will conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie Meenie. Hold it! Who's yelling hold it? Am I yelling hold it? Oh, Mia's yelling hold it. Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. All right. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But, you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Minnie had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Yes, I can, because I know the reason. She did this so that Morgan Fay could become the head of the household again. I'm not totally confident here, but I know what I must press on. I must press on, no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Minnie had a motive.
Too bad.
You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended, after all. Oh, you finally with me, idiot! Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side! Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way! Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey! Wait a sec! I feel like she's not Innie. I feel like she's actually Mimi pretending to be Innie. And Innie was the one that died.